Welcome back to the Lipoedema podcast. We're your host, Shell.
And Tiana. And today we are welcoming you to 2026, our first episode back, and you can tell.
A little rusty over here,
We're
a
a
little
bit
rusty.
rusty. But that's okay. Yeah.
Yep. So, how was your Christmas New Year period?
Christmas and New Year were really good. We had family come from New Zealand and spent some time so the girls got to spend some time with their little cousins. And that was super cute to see them all playing together. And we were over at Stratty. And so, I don't have all my things over at Stratty. So, yeah, I'd really like to get into a little bit of today's episode about what's different over holiday periods.
Yeah.
Of supporting a chronic condition.
Especially when you're not in your own environment.
You don't have all your things. I mean, to be fair, I could have made the decision to take my things. For example, I use a lymphapress every night. I could have potentially taken it with me. But what I find is the barrier to that, other than the fact that it takes up space in the suitcase or whatever, is that I'm then out of action for half an hour to 45 minutes where I can't be agile and get up and I'm sort of alienating myself from the family for that time.
Yeah.
And look, they'd understand, but it's Christmas and I'm conscious not to do that. If I was at my own house, then I probably would feel more comfortable doing that and they can sort themselves out.
Yeah, you could excuse yourself a little easier in your own house.
Yeah. But the fact that I was at my mother-in-law's house and it was a family over, I just didn't want to excuse myself for 45 minutes and then have them take care of my toddler who loves to put her little hands on everything.
Because now she's mobile.
She is very mobile and very curious about all of the breakable things in Granny's house. Yeah. Yeah. So it was a consideration and I chose not to.
Yeah.
But what I did do, which I can't do when I'm at home, is walk down to the water and get in the sea.
I love that.
Pretty much every day. So I'd wake up, I would ask if any of the kids wanted to come with me. Sometimes it was one of them, sometimes it was two of them, sometimes it was none of them. And I would walk to the sea and I would get in the water and that's how I started my day.
That's awesome.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I love that about Stratty.
So much water accessible to you.
Yes, I loved it. And it's 6 or 7 minute walk to get to the water that I go to, where the jetty is. And so very accessible, lovely way to start the day as long as the kids have something to do or they're taken care of. I just have to palm Nova off to someone. And usually somebody else, one of the other adults is up at that time. Then I go down to the sea and it was lovely.
And how do you sleep when you're not at home? Because I know you have quite a sleep routine. How does that pan out when you're not at home?
I would sleep okay from night 2 or something if I didn't have that added toddler situation who doesn't sleep well in not her environment.
And was she in a room with you?
She was at first, and I knew that it would be an issue. So we tried to darken up the room as much as we could. And then Matt didn't get there until Christmas Day, and he darkened the room much better, more effectively than we did. But because Nova's used to sleeping in a room that's completely dark, we've got a blackout winding thingy. It's just very different. And so the son gets up at 4:30, 4:45. My daughter gets up at 4:30, 4:45. She has no trouble getting to sleep, but she also doesn't nap very well over there because it's not dark. So we didn't get very good sleep for the first few days. But then when Matt got there for Christmas, he sorted out the darkened room. And then we actually moved when other family members went away and it was less people in the house. We moved Nova to her own room where Matt darkened out the room and then we slept in our usual dedicated room. So it was just better for everybody because Nova was in her own space. It was darker again in that room.
Yeah.
And so the very last day after she's been waking up at 4:45 every day, she woke up at 6:30 and I was like, it's our last day. So yeah. And also I'm conscious. I go to bed quite early normally, and in my own house, I would excuse myself and go to bed early. But because we were around family, I was also conscious not to be see you later. I'm going to bed now. So yeah, sleep was not great.
Yeah.
Which then impacts on the rest of the time.
Yeah. Yes.
And then food is different.
True. Yeah.
Not a lot different. It was still whole food based. except for the rocky road. It wasn't as treat-centric as most Christmases were. You know, I found, and maybe that's because of the Wegovy, but I wasn't like grabbing for the treats so much. It
Okay.
was like meal times. We ate really nice food and then we'd go on about our lives sort of thing. And so that was nice. But the food is a bit different at Christmas time.
Yeah. Yeah, for
It's
sure.
heavier. There's more treats accessible. You might eat more frequently. There's also beverages involved, although I didn't really partake in the beverages, but like different, there was like not a punch, but like similar beverages that I wouldn't usually have.
Yeah.
Just things that come with the festive season.
Yeah. And you're not at work. So your routine is just different. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole time is just different.
Yeah. And the routine, like it's out the window anyway, but the kids are so variable as well. We tried to get into the water at least once a day with the kids.
Yeah.
But there was times where they were just noticeably really tired, like my older girls, they're 8, noticeably like they just didn't want to do, they just wanted to veg.
Yeah.
And I don't get that time. So I was like, you know what, you veg. But then you kind of stuck at home. You're like, well,
Yeah.
I want to get out and be active. And sometimes that's not accessible to you because you've got the kids to take care of.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's different.
Mm.
And there's challenges, but also it's lovely. Like there's a specialness about it. So it's like, yep, it's not my normal and it's not forever. And I have to enjoy the good parts that is with family,
Yeah.
being all under one roof, watching all the cousins play together, which was really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
We went to Dave's sister's house for Christmas Day, and she's got younger children. So it just makes it all the more special because my guys are like range from 15 to 21. So Christmas is just different. But we had a great day. We went for swims and we played games, and, you know, the older ones had a drink. And yeah, it was really good. So like when we spoke last season, I'm just focusing on getting those foundations in place,
Wellness.
just
Yeah.
my wellness and my mental health. So really just focusing on sleep, movement, nutrition. Like that's all I've been focusing on. And I guess over Christmas, I had a dental issue that was like 2 weeks in the making. So I had like the side of my face, which is aching all the time, and it was a bit puffy, and I was trying to get it sorted. And I ended up after 2 weeks of like going to the dentist, her telling me to go on antibiotics because, yeah, she was hoping she wouldn't have to remove the tooth. We ended up removing the tooth. And it was like within 10 minutes of that tooth coming out, I felt amazing. It was crazy. Yes. But, you know, you just sort of let it go. But as for food, yeah, I didn't really eat any differently. I don't think because I do have issues with dairy. And I find Christmas is such a dairy heavy time of year.
Yeah.
Like there's so
Suppose
many
it is,
chocolate and cream and eggnog and, you know, all
That's
the
true.
trifles and things like that. So yeah, I was very mindful of that. So we found some new gluten-free recipes, and yeah, we had a good Christmas day, and then we had Boxing Day at my mum's. So yeah, we to see my mum and dad and my niece and nephew as well. So we spent the day with them, and I think we went for a swim, and my kids are all working as well. So within that, it wasn't just a downtime. So Christmas Day, Aspen had to go to work that afternoon at McDonald's. And then, yeah, so it was sort of just another day, really. But it was quite magical, especially being with the younger. And my nephew, he's going into grade prep this year. And he dressed up as the Grinch and he handed out everyone's presents. And oh my goodness, the personality, like he was putting on all these Grinch moves as he was handing out presents. It was absolutely adorable. And it was, yeah, really good. So yeah, we had a good time. A really good time.
Nice.
Yeah. And then New Year's Eve, everyone was working again except Sass. So Sass and I went to my friend's house in Surf's Paradise, and we walked down to the ocean front. They had a fireworks display on the beach. So we walked down to the beach in the rain and watched fireworks in the rain, and it was absolutely beautiful.
That's really nice.
It was really good. Just the three of us just walked down there and watched the fireworks, and it was, yeah, just a beautiful end to what was a trying. Yeah.
Say goodbye to 2025.
Bye 2025. So yeah, that was really lovely.
That's nice.
So yeah. But in regards to my routine, so as I said, I've really just been focusing on nutrition, sleep, and exercise.
Mm.
And I switched gyms over the last little bit because I realized I'm going to have to start tightening the purse strings. How adulty.
So grown up.
So I was paying for a family gym membership, and we can go to lots of different gyms because it's a fitness passport, which is part of working for Queensland government, I think. And so I pay for that for the girls to go to the gym they want to go to, but then I also pay for my gym, which is $30 a week. And I'm like, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
You know, that $30 a week's a lot of money. So I made the big adulty decision to cancel it. So then I was on a mission to find another gym, which one I liked and stuff. But then, yeah, with my tooth, then I hurt my back last week. It's just been a bit crazy trying to get the whole movement thing in. I've been to the gym like once or twice a week, I think. And then I was going for some walks down along the ocean and going in the water, but I realized that the unevenness of the sand was putting my hips out because my hips are a bit hypermobile. I was like, oh, gee, Shell. But yeah, learning lots of lessons in the first few weeks.
It seems so.
And I also started wearing compression again.
Hey.
I have worn compression every day since I went and saw the Lipoedema lab in Southport. And so, yeah, I went there and she said, you don't need to wear class 2, wear class 1 and 2XU form stash. So I hopped online and they were having a sale. So I got 3 pairs. And I already had a pair. So I've got 4 pairs of active wear compression. I just, every day. And it's so good.
Wow.
I'm already noticing a difference.
Compression is so good. Yeah.
So hard, but this is easy.
It's more accessible, this compression.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it feels a bit heavy when you like put a dress on over the top because you feel like you've got the double layer because they are active wear and you can just wear them. But yeah, around the house I've just been wearing baggy t-shirts and stuff with them. And then when I go out, I'll put on a dress over the top. But I'm wearing them. That's the main thing. I'm wearing them.
And consistency is key.
Yeah.
Like we know this.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting how when you went to the Lipoedema lab, she suggested that class 1 is fine for you. Because it's just, I feel like we're just learning more and more about like that there's not one size fits all. And of course there's not one size fits all. Why do we always think that there's one size that fits all? But we're told constantly that class 2 graduated compression is the thing. And so that's really nice for you to get another option that's more accessible.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And that I can be consistent with.
Yeah.
So I already found, like I put my swimmers on yesterday and there's like the swimmer material doesn't touch my back. So that shelf that was there has started going away and it's just going like back bum and there's like a cave in there.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I'll keep my eye out and get some more when they're on sale. Because I'm wearing them every day, so they're going to lose their stretch.
Yes,
over time.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking because of the amount I'm wearing them, they're probably going to last about 6 months.
Yes, that's fair. Yeah, the activity thing. I didn't really touch on that. But I, wasn't doing my workouts obviously, and December was like December, I didn't do much working out. Like there were just some things going on that took me away from the house, just took me away from my usual routine. And obviously that continued into the Christmas period. And so I'm at a point now where I'm trying to get back into activity and I'm not recovering very well because my body's trying to get back into activity. So I can only really do one heavy strength workout a week. And then I'm doing like other movement pieces until I'm not sore anymore, but it takes a week for me not to be sore. So that's like slowly. And it's quite frustrating when you are cognizant of what you were like before and how much you could handle before. Yeah. And now it's like, oh, well, I'm still sore. Like I did it on Monday and now it's Thursday and I'm still sore, damn it. It could also be the fact that, probably over the Christmas period, I wasn't as conscious of my protein. And there's a lot of opportunity for protein over Christmas. Like there's the
turkey
cold
and
meats
ham
and But I guess you eat what the family provides, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to steal all of the breast meat of, the whole family. There was 12 people every day for every meal. So I'm not going to steal everything just to meet my protein goals. And I didn't bring my protein supplementation. So obviously that's like a compounding issue.
Yeah.
When you're not eating your usual stuff, you don't really recover the same way that you would recover. And I didn't have my creatine supplement either when I was over there.
Yeah, I don't generally take my creatine with me when I go places.
Yeah, it's just another thing to take.
Another
It was
thing.
boring. It was annoying. I didn't want to take it. Although now, I don't know why I do it now because I'm at home, but like, so Nova was on formula and I had these formula canisters that sort of stack.
Yeah.
And now I use the stackable formula canisters and divvy out my protein powders with my fiber supplement, my creatine in it. And it's in this big stack. And like every day I just take off one of them and then, and it's like meal prepping my protein. It's actually really good.
That is really
I
cool.
should have just done that.
That's right.
Yeah. I've just learnt now. And I probably won't again. Honestly, I probably won't again. I'm pretty sure we're going back to study on Sunday and I probably won't. So, anyway. Never learned my lesson.
No. You're on holidays. Some of the routines got to go out the window.
I know.
That's what holidays are about.
Exactly. And that's the thing, like how was your mindset over the holiday period in terms of, I know I'm quite rigid. We talk about me being quite rigid. So like, how do you go into the holiday season knowing that it's a bit different?
I didn't treat it any differently. And I guess for me, like I haven't been at work for, since April.
Okay.
So I'm in a completely different space. It was just another day, really, for me.
Yeah, and your kids are older. Yeah. So it's not like that school holidays vibes in your household either.
Yeah.
And you are close to home as well.
Yeah.
Like Dave's family is driving distance.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's all, we didn't have to do any travel or anything like that. And most Christmases we do go away. But it was like this year where we're looking at, cleaning out the house and doing some renovations. So it was really just pottering around the house and just laying low, which was really good.
Yeah. So you maintain your routine, but you pretty much maintained your routine.
Yeah.
Do you find that over the Christmas period, even though like it's not consciously a different period for your family, that you're going out more or doing different things or not really?
No, not really. I think the kids did because, they were working more shifts because it was Christmas time and that, they didn't have to worry about school. But for me, no, not really. I did make plans with people and, did some catch ups, but it wasn't any different for us. Do you have a lot more going on over that time?
I feel like it's more like forced social time. And like, there's the school Christmas parties and then the extracurricular breakups, like the netball breakup for the twins. And then daycare had like a special Christmas day celebration. And so there are extra things and people always want to get together because it's holidays and like some of them are taking extra holidays. So like, well, while I'm on holidays, let's catch up. And I've got a lot of friends who are teachers, so they're actually on holidays for like an extended period of time. So let's catch up. So it does have a very different vibe in my house and in my life when it's school like it truly feels like holidays.
Yeah.
The only thing that's a bit stabilized is because Nova's in daycare only closes on the public holidays.
Okay.
So if we didn't go away, like the stability of taking Nova to daycare and having
that would be
her
the constant
routine would be the constant thing.
Yeah.
So it just is such a different energy on any of the holidays, like Christmas specifically because it's longer, but like Easter and June, July, like any school holidays, it does feel significantly different. Even though the girls go to vacation care sometimes and things like that.
Yeah.
Very different energy.
Yeah.
And so, the things, if I'm home that I struggle with is having late night, like having people over or going to people's house and having late nights and coming home and my nighttime routine, which I've spoken about before, the red light therapy and the lymphapress take, a good hour to hour and a half if I'm doing it properly. And I don't get the opportunity to do that on those times because I'll be going to sleep so much later and I'd prefer to get some sleep in.
Yeah.
Especially because Nova's really good at getting to sleep. So like we do our nighttime routine with Nova. She points to the bed. I give her dummies, give her a kiss, put her in bed, and you don't hear from her usually. So it's like I've got to capitalize on that time that I know she's going to sleep to do my thing, but then get to sleep.
Yeah.
Because she might wake up in the morning.
Yes. Give you an early start.
Give me an early start. Yeah. So I find that like, and I tend to stress about it a little bit. I'm like, oh, but I really want to do the thing because I know it helps me wind down and I know that it helps me sleep better, but also it takes so long.
Yeah.
I can't do it if we're getting home at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it all.
Yep. So you either do your routine and miss out on sleep, that extra sleep, or take a little bit longer to get to sleep, but have more sleep.
Have more sleep. I know. It's sort of the same as the front end of the day too, because I try to wake up early to get movement in before the kids get up.
Yeah.
And so I'm really deciding whether sleep is more important or exercise is more important, movement is more important. And sometimes, like at the moment, it's really hard to swing which way is the right way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch up on some sleep, but also like I want to get my movement back on track. So it's just that real balance at the moment. And Nova was sleeping. There was a couple of weeks where she was sleeping until 6:30. I was like, yay, she's back in a routine. And now it's back to like 5:30. So I'm not going to wake up earlier than 5 o'clock to exercise.
No.
And then if it takes me a little longer to get organized, whoops, I've missed my opportunity because she's awake now.
So do you set an alarm to wake up, or you let Nova wake you?
My watch goes off at 5 o'clock, and it's a gentle vibrating alarm,
Okay.
so which is nice instead of a sound.
Yeah.
And especially because Matt is on night shift at the moment, so I don't want to wake him when I wake up. So it's a gentle, like it just wakes me up, and I turn it off. And
Oh, that's a nice way to start.
nicer way to start the day, and not a sound.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been using an alarm I stopped. So I was getting up to go to the gym, but since the girls have been on school holidays, I decided I wasn't going to use an alarm. I've just been waking up when I wake up. I've been waking up about 5:30, quarter to 6.
Yeah, be about
Because I leave the back blind open a little bit because we put in a cat door for my cat. So the sun comes in and I wake up to the sun and I'm loving it.
It's so nice.
Yeah, it's really nice way to wake up.
Different energy when you're not waking up to an alarm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thought I'd like to continue that if I can.
It is very nice, but I literally don't get to do anything in the morning if I wake up naturally, because Nova will be the one, my alarm. And then she's awake and I'm like, no time for me.
Yes, we're starting now.
Yes, we're starting the day. But it's short-lived, you know?
Yeah.
It's a very temporary phase of my life where, and you know, when she gets to the girls' age who are 8, even if they do wake up early, and sometimes they wake up at 5:30, sometimes they wake up at 7, and they'll just go downstairs and put the TV on, and like if they're hungry, they'll make their own breakfast sometimes. But they're more autonomous, and so I only have a few more years where that morning routine will be consistently turbulent, and then it will settle out, and I can be rigid again.
Back to rigid McRigidity.
Back to rigid Mc. Very good. Yeah. So 2026.
Yep.
In our next episode, like snack where Shell and I are talking, we'll be talking about our 2026 goals. But I just thought it was nice, like, to just recap on what holidays look like.
Yeah.
Because it's different. For me, it's different.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you go away.
Yeah.
That is real different. And then you have to work out what's really important.
Bang for buck.
Yeah, the best bang for buck.
Yeah.
Replacing this with that. So I replaced exercise with walking, and I replaced compression pump with getting in the sea, and yeah.
Nice.
Replace
I like that.
adequate protein with Rocky Road.
There's some peanuts in there.
Yeah, great.
There you go.
Love that.
Dairy's got a little bit of protein.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all win. It's all win at Christmas time.
Yeah. Super excited for 2026. We have a new booking system on our website, and so if you would like to be a guest on our podcast, you can actually book yourself into a spot. All the open spots are available. I'll be opening up new spots as well, like as time goes on, because we were booked up until July, but we've opened more spots. We're opening more spots. So have a look on our website and book yourself in, because we just want to hear from you.
Yay! Yeah. Here's to 2026.
May it be way, way better than 2025.
Bye. Lipoedema and its symptoms vary from individual to individual. The opinions and advice voiced in this podcast are of a personal nature and used for educational purposes.
Please take away from this podcast what resonates with you, and please see your GP or preferred specialist for diagnosis and healthcare. We are Shelley and Tiana from the Lipoedema podcast. Until our next episode, bye for now.